Hi everyone, so this video I'm going to be doing a bunch of sketching in my sketchbook and also trying out some new stationery I got at a store called Muji. I actually found out that there was one kind of close to me, so I decided to go and get some pens and markers and stuff and try it out. They also sell a bunch of other like home stuff and clothing, but I just got stationery because that's what I'm interested in. So I grabbed a bunch of different kinds of pens and markers. They mostly had pens, so I decided to get some of those. So I got this black double-ended marker, a thick end on one side, a thin end on the other. I got 3 of their gel pens in like a dark blue, a mint green, and a light blue. And I got 3 ballpoint pens, brown, gray, and yellow, because I thought gray and yellow are, well, actually all these colors are kind of hard to find, individually at least. And I got this cool mechanical pencil. It's kind of clear and kind of smooth. And I got this tray that can kind of hold your pens. I thought it'd be pretty cool to just have on my desk when I'm working on something, just to keep everything in one place. And I got this really nice pencil case that can kind of unzip all the way, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I got 2 notebooks, just lined paper. Probably going to use these for school because they're pretty cheap. And I got this sketchbook. It's it's like a landscape one, and I got this square sketchbook, and I've always wanted a square sketchbook. I know this paper probably isn't the best, but it'll work for like pencil sketches and stuff like that. The one thing I really liked about this store was the dark red that they kind of have all over their packaging. This video isn't sponsored, obviously, just wanted to say that, but they kind of like package everything up with this like dark red tape with their logo on it. And I think it's a pretty aesthetically pleasing sort of branding. And the first thing I wanted to do was to test if these were waterproof, because that would mean I could use them with watercolor. And all the pens were pretty much waterproof, but the marker wasn't, and I didn't really expect the marker to be waterproof. That was the one that I knew it wouldn't. And the ballpoint pens, the brown one and the yellow one seemed to be the least waterproof, and the gray one was pretty good. And the gel pens actually held up pretty well. I was surprised how resistant they were to the water. Of course, if you like really scrub with the water, it will lift off the pigment, but it worked. They worked pretty well with the water. This first page in the sketchbook is just me like kind of warming up and just kind of drawing really weird things. They don't look too good. I didn't use any references. It was just like me scribbling and warming up. I was actually very happy to find a bunch of sketchbooks in the store, because usually when you go into stationery stores, they hardly ever have blank notebooks, and that's really annoying because I don't want to draw on lined paper or dot paper or graph paper. I want blank paper, and it's really hard to find blank paper, but this store, they have a lot of blank paper, and it was really cool to actually see that and be able to choose some. And it's not like I said, it's not like the best quality, but it does work with markers. Like it'll get the job done, but watercolor, I definitely wouldn't use watercolor with it because it's just really thin. And the tests I did with the testing to see if the pens were waterproof in the beginning, it made the paper buckle quite a lot just from that little bit of water. So I decided to just go with markers, just like my Copic markers, and I used the ballpoint pens to outline, and I didn't even test the supplies with Copic markers or like alcohol-based markers, but they didn't smudge the ballpoint pens, which was a really nice surprise. Of course, they would smudge them a little bit, but it wasn't extreme enough to be distracting. So I didn't actually test out the white sketchbook, I just used the landscape one. The paper feels very similar. It says that it's recycled paper, so it's a lot thicker than the other plain notebooks because they had these really thick blank notebooks, but the paper was so thin, so I didn't get those. But they had these ones, and the paper was a bit thicker. They don't have very many pages in them, but the paper seemed better than the other notebooks. So I didn't use the white one. I only tried out the landscape sketchbook. I probably could have spent a really long time in that store. Actually, I did spend a long time in that store because I didn't want to buy the whole store, but I wanted to get a good selection. Like, I wanted to carefully choose what colors I wanted and what kinds of pens, because they had tons of different pens, and I really wanted to get one of those multicolored ballpoint pens, but they were just so much money. It was like $7 for one of them, and I didn't think I would use it enough to justify spending that much. So I didn't get that one. You could actually also buy an empty ballpoint pen and choose a bunch of colors to put in it, which I thought would be really cool, but it would also be kind of expensive. And the stationery was a pretty good price in there. I think everything I got was about 50 Canadian dollars, which if you convert that to US dollars, it'd be much less. But there were some things, like the storage units were insanely expensive, and I don't know why. They were just like clear plastic drawers, and it would be like $50 or like $60 just for these like clear drawers. It was really weird that they were so overpriced. I also wanted to say that I haven't been posting on Tuesdays for a couple of weeks, and just for the last month or so, I just wanted a bit of a break from making so many videos, but now I'm going to be posting on Tuesdays again for at least the next month, for as long as I can until I get extremely busy with school, because that'll be starting in about a month. So the Tuesday videos are back for a while. This one is just kind of like more of a simple video, I think. It's just me sketching and trying out pens. I thought it was kind of boring, but I wanted to do something, and I was really excited about this store, so I wanted to show you what I got. I think my favorite supply that I got was probably the pencil case, just because it's just a really nice neutral color, and I think it's really cool how it unzips all the way so you can kind of see all of your supplies really easily. I think that was a really cool feature. They had a lot of different pencil cases, but I wanted this one because it wasn't too big. And I also really like the mechanical pencil just because it's really cool. It's like a clear milky white, and it kind of looks like a pen. I guess most mechanical pencils look like a pen, but I just like the design of it. I hope you enjoyed seeing me do a bunch of little doodles in my sketchbook and just try out some new stationery. I hope this video wasn't too boring. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.